Our guest just completed a cross-Canada drive in an all-electric SUV in under 5 days. Now, he reckons this demonstrates that a free or carbon-free and fast zero-emission transportation network is possible. We're joined by Kent Rathwell. He's founder of Sun Country Highway. Kent, thanks very much for coming on. We want to hear about Sun Country Highway, but first, tell us about your drive. What vehicle did you choose to take it across the road, take across the country? And I didn't know there were many electric SUVs out there yet.
Right. Well, there's quite a few coming. So the SUV we took across, my friend Harvey and I, was an Audi e-tron, and it was a phenomenal vehicle. Really impressed with it, and I've been driving electric vehicles for over 10 years.
So what was the deal here? What did you want to achieve with this cross-country drive? Because I think you guys kept going constantly. You didn't stop at all.
Right. So the whole point of taking this trip for myself was to make sure that my friend wanted to go on this journey across the country on these high-speed chargers, and he asked me, based on my experience, if I knew of any co-pilots that I would recommend. And I didn't really know one that had more experience than myself, and I really wanted to make sure that the world knew that the next generation of EV charging is here across Canada, and you can travel across it super fast, and that's really what we did. I've been traveling across the country and other countries with in short time periods with deadlines, and there's a different way to drive that way compared to just regular driving.
So this thing, according to Audi's website, has a range up to 357 kilometers on a charge. I imagine that probably costs some extra for a big battery. I don't know. But what was it like? Was it a hassle? Did you have to plan ahead? Oh, we've got a charger there, and then we'll have a charger there?
Right. So for the most part, there's numerous charging networks across the country at level 3. We installed our level 2 charging network across the country in 2012. And then we drove it the whole distance in 2012, this same route from kilometer 0 to mile 0, St. John's, Newfoundland to Victoria, BC. This vehicle is, it can actually get up to almost 450 kilometers. My friend Harvey has been driving it for 2 years now. And so the range is actually more than what Audi had actually stated. But we were getting about the 300, 350 range, traveling on this 4+ day trip. And it was really quite an amazing situation, because there was lots of different level 3 DC fast chargers out there that we could pick and choose from. The main one across the country is Petro-Canada's. It's installed from Victoria to Nova Scotia, but then the other level 3 chargers just installed in Newfoundland were with the power utility there.
Well, tell us about Sun Country Highway, what you're doing, because you say you've been installing chargers.
Right. Well, we've been really just shattering the barriers to the electric vehicle since we launched. That was the whole point of our company from day one, just to shatter the barriers and always stay on the bleeding edge, because it's a hard place to be. And for the most part, we electrified the Trans-Canada in 2012. And all of Vancouver Island and all of PEI, making the first island in the world, the first province, state, or nation in the world, and the longest green highway in the world. We did that all in 8 months, and in the 9th month period, we drove across our infrastructure across the whole Trans-Canada, over 10,000 kilometers, to prove that an electric vehicle could travel, across the nation, across the continent, really conveniently, up to 1,000 kilometers a day with that vehicle, and for free. So the idea was that municipalities that are spending money on tourism and economic development, businesses that are trying to attract customers to their locations, they simply need to put in an EV charger, and it will attract electric vehicles like bees to honey.
So what is your business model then? Who pays you to put in these EV chargers?
Well, we gave them all away for free for a few years to allow people to travel, because at the end of the day, in 2012, more people around the world believed in UFOs than they did the electric car. It would have been easier in theory to put in UFO landing sites at these locations, right? So people didn't really know that they existed, never heard of them, didn't think that if there was one, they would be able to travel in the cold or travel long distances, or they wouldn't be fast or beautiful. They're sexy. They'd be like golf carts. So in 2012, we drove a Tesla Roadster across the nation in the middle of Canadian winter to prove that electric cars could be faster and more beautiful than most people's vehicles. They could travel long distances on an infrastructure that was already in, and they could travel with no tailpipe emissions, and they could actually travel for free. So that was sort of just to shatter about 9 of the main barriers holding back the electric vehicle for up to 140 years. Because people just simply didn't allow electric vehicles to travel before, and they didn't realize that they were really beautiful and awesome vehicles, and no one allowed them to travel for free. The really cool thing about the level 3 charging networks that Petro-Canada has if you use your RBC credit card, you can actually travel for free on the Petro-Canada charging network until sometime next year. If you buy like a Volkswagen or an Audi, say, you can travel for a few years on the Electrify Canada network, which is rolling out across Canada. We charge on a lot of those as well. When Tesla didn't have EV infrastructure when we launched, so we convinced them to just follow our model, and they did on level 2, and then they did it on level 3. But with Teslas now, you can't travel for free on level 3 on their level 3 network, which is a very robust, beautiful charging network. But you pay to use that network now for the most part.
Let me cut you off there. So what is your business model now? You're selling these chargers, or how does it work?
Right. Yeah. So we sell EV chargers, internationally, because we rolled out our charging station network internationally to allow the whole world to know. And thankfully, the reporters around the world caught wind of our story, and they spread it globally in all different languages and scripts. But we do a lot of things from consulting. We've been involved in electric vehicle certification and engineering. We help a lot of automakers in regards to what they should do, but also corporations like Best Western Hotels. They came on early, and for 9 years they've been probably the most EV-friendly hotel in the world, because many years ago they mandated that all new hotels that they put their brand on must have EV chargers before they turn the key. So it's we've really helped a lot of municipalities, like hundreds of municipalities, and different types of EV companies from buses to boats.